So I know the market, I know real estate well. I went to school for it. I'm really knowledgeable in real estate, but it's information I want to pass down to people. Once I start getting into it, I'm gonna walk people step by step through this process and put those videos out. I'm gonna put them out on YouTube to get people to understand how to do this and how to build wealth and how to make money with real estate and other things as well that I have personally put my money into. So either you're going to go to school, educate yourself further, get a better, paying job, a better position than something that's 9 to 5, that's hourly, where you're not really making that much money. And, establish yourself in the company that you work in and work your way up and be successful that way. Be a doctor, be a scientist or what have you. Get into a field where you're going to love the job and you're going to be able to make a lot of money, or, you're going to invest. Even if you just work in a regular 9 to 5 and you didn't go to college, there's ways you can invest. There's ways you can save money, as I was just explaining with income taxes. This is why I was talking about that, because not everybody's going to be able to go to college. Not everybody wants to. But even still, with your regular 9 to 5, you can still save money, put money away, and build money. Build wealth. You can figure out ways to invest correctly. A lot of people don't understand how to invest in the stock market, and that's something I'm going to get into later as well in another video, because there's so much to explain, and it's tricks with it, but it's also it's dangerous now more so than ever with the influence of I should just say popular culture, because you can have, depending on the stock that you invest in, you can have it do really, really well based upon just an endorsement, or it can drop, based upon something that the media said, or one of the CEOs or somebody said out their mouth. So stocks is really tricky unless you getting into penny stocks, and I'm going to talk about that too as well. Penny stocks is a little bit easier. It's not as much money that you can really gain off of it unless you buy a shitload of penny stocks, depending on which penny stock you buy. But you can make money. You still can make money. So this is something I'm gonna get into in a later video. But we're gonna definitely get into that. But I really wanted to just pick you guys' brain about this, because I get a lot of questions and people always ask me, what do I do with my money, how to invest money, and probably I start getting a lot of those questions because income tax is coming up. Well, it's already here. And a lot of people want to know what to do with the money. They don't want to blow it. A lot of people are waking up and they're tired of living the same kind of existence and the same pattern. And they want to do something big, something special, something amazing. It's not too late yet. If you haven't spent all your income tax money, sit on it. If you don't got that savings in your account, if you ain't got at least 5,000 saved, like, come on, 5,000. You ain't got 5,000 saved, then you need to be working towards that. Don't put yourself in a position where you got to be begging people, family members, and calling people up and asking for help. Have that money saved and set aside, and then build on that. Sacrifice that vacation. Sacrifice that car if you already got one. Sacrifice whatever you got to sacrifice to build that cushion of 3 months of security, to take care of any bills that might come up, and then still build on that. You'll be amazed, by the end of the year. Like, I'm not going to even hold you. I used to make a game out of it just to see how much I can save. And I would just sacrifice, not do nothing, not buy this. If you can get by and live that way, I know some of you got kids, you can't do that. Of course, take care of your kids. But if you budget it correctly, if you keep a spreadsheet, I know that's nerd talk, but a spreadsheet does help. If you keep a spreadsheet and understand exactly where your money is going, and I challenge you guys to do this. I'm telling you. You want to know, you want to really blow your mind, put together a spreadsheet and just calculate how much money you spend a month. I'm talking about start from the first of the month, right? Everything that you buy, plug into that spreadsheet. Everything. And I'm talking about, I'm not going to say like, piece of bubble gum and stuff like that, but plug in everything, and my number is $5. Everything that's above $5. Under $5, so what? You can just go ahead and mark that. Some people do that, but everything over $5, plug into that spreadsheet and watch how much money you spend. So then you can really know, like, damn, I spend this much money a month. Then you can understand and look at that spreadsheet and say, well, I didn't really need that. I didn't really need that. Well, if I didn't buy this stuff right here, this is how much money I would have had at the end of the month. And these are things you need to do now. Now, a lot of people, we watch too much. This is why I always talk down about hip hop. Y'all watch too many videos. Y'all watch too many things, and y'all trying to ball when you can't ball. You can't be a baller. You can't do what people doing on TV that really got crazy money. A lot of people try to do that too much and not live within their means. And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't try. So once you start getting on this path of trying to save that money and, have that little cushion back there, stick with it. Don't go out there and blow the money and cheat yourself, because you only hurting yourself. Don't cheat yourself and go spend money. Save that money up, invest it, do the right thing with it, and begin to build success. And on the road to doing that, you can eventually build wealth if you stick with it, if you're willing to put in the hard work. Now, something that I learned in doing all this is consciousness plays a major role. And, they call it willpower, but consciousness, just being conscious of what you are doing and knowing if you're cheating yourself or if you, you're being a little, overzealous and, getting a little crazy with your wallet. Be conscious of what you do with your money. Just be conscious of it. What I used to do when I was in the Navy, I used to have a separate account, and I didn't have a card for that account. So what I would do is when I wanted to save, I just went to the bank and deposited. So there's no way I could take it out without the card. So then once you start doing stuff like that and you have to actively go to the bank, to take money out, it kind of stops you. It kind of stops you from actually spending money. It's like, okay, well, I got this money in this account. I don't feel like going all the way to the bank, to do all this stuff or whatever like that. And that money begins to build up. And, then I had an allotment from my one of the jobs I was working at, where a certain amount of money a month went into that account. And then it's like, okay, well, now you got this money coming out your check going into this account. You don't never see that money. It's going to that account. So you don't see it. It's out of sight, out of mind. It's there. It's building up. But the money you have left over is still enough for you to pay your bills and still go out and have a little fun and buy yourself something or what have you. But you still got that money building up. You do that for a year, income tax time come rolling around, boom. That's a nice chunk of change going into that savings account. And you good. You can sit on that, build on that. A lot of people say life is too short. You got to spend money. Life, you can't take it with you. The rich people are supposed to say that, not poor people. Not people living in poverty. When you're rich and you got a steady supply of money coming in, then you can be like, well, yeah, life's too short. I can just spend it. Because, they can say that because they got crazy money coming in. What you got? You got enough coming in to pay your bills. Then you got a little bit left over that's not going to last you until the next paycheck. So, and I know not everybody gets income tax money. A lot of you guys, some of you people, your money goes to either student loans or your money goes to your children. And it's a lot tougher for you to save money because you're not getting that chunk of change every year to build off. So you have to be even more leaning towards changing your career and getting a better position that pays you more than enough to pay off your student loan and to pay off your child support and build money. That's the route you should be thinking about taking. What kind of job are you in where you're not making enough to pay child support, pay student loan, and save money? It's really tough. I know a lot of cats like that who they get their paycheck, they only got $35. They still hustling. So it suits you. Go to school. At least you get them rebate checks from the government for that. They won't snatch those. And you can build with that. But at the same time, you can work your way up. Stay in school 2 years, 3 years. Get a bachelor's. Some people can get it in 3. Might take you 4. Work your way up. Graduate. Get into a better position where you're making a really good salary. 40, 50, 60, 75,000 a year or something like that. It's not a problem. Pay your bills. You can pay whatever support or student loans you got to pay it off, keep it moving. You have to be realistic. And people get too conscious and everything is the white man. The white man been making so much money off of us for so long. Use the system to your advantage where you can. You can be super proud all you want and be broke for the rest of your life, but you better know how to milk the system to have it benefit you, because they damn sure milking you and having you benefit them. So now I just wanted to really touch base with you guys on this particular subject, because when you go ahead and start analyzing, anybody who has ever done the research to try to look into why, it seems like, well, it is true that white America, the wealth gap is so wide. What exactly are they doing? And I talked about this in a previous video, how wealth begins with, the parents. You have that generational wealth that's passed down. We haven't had that. Some black families had that, where, life insurance or a family member that may have money, passed down money, but that's very few. We're talking like, 2-3% of African Americans. But where you have, white America have a much larger percent passing down wealth and passing down money and having assets, and they have, private homes and lake houses and beach homes and vacation properties and, vehicles or what have you, stocks and bonds and all kinds of stuff like that they pass down to their children, to their family members. So when you start analyzing, you see these things that happen. And I tell a lot of people, if you got kids, and a lot of people say, well, I want to put some money away for my children. If you get savings bonds, the U.S. savings bonds is the easy way for you to put money away for your child, where you can't really cheat it. If you put it to where they can be the sole person to cash in the bonds when they turn 18 or 21 or something like that, you stipulate it, and, go buy those bonds, and you have that money coming out of your paycheck, and you can get the little $200 bonds and the $500 bonds. And about the time they turn 18, 21, they be done matured, to the fullest point, and then they be earn so much interest. So when they go ahead and cash it, like, who knows how much money, they can have around that time. And that's a nice boost of money for college or what have you. And, these are the things that white America do that we do not. So I wanted to touch base with you guys on that, to get you to understand that it's going to take a much larger effort on your part to become successful. Because as I said, this is a competition. They're not just going to pass laws and make things easy for us to become wealthy and to pass them in success and wealth. We have to actively look around and see what we can do ourselves to make money and build success and build wealth. So when you start paying attention to what we are not doing that they are, and the reasons why they're building wealth and we are not, these are the things you got to look towards. And education is a huge one. And I'm sorry to say that, a lot of us are grossly undereducated, because we don't take the time or effort to go back to school. And those who do not continue through and graduate. And, this is something, lately, I can say, I'm happily to say, you see a lot more people graduating and going to college, but, we got to stick with it. You got to graduate, follow through. And that's why I came back to America, because I started on this PhD program and I stopped doing it because of financial problems. And, luckily for me now, I don't really have to worry about money. I'm pretty good. But I came back and wanted to finish my PhD and get it out the way, and it's going to help me, build wealth further. So, this is information I'm really going to be coming out with a lot more, and a lot more things that you can do to invest and spread your money and grow, because we need this. We need to see a lot more black people building wealth and making money. Because this is the only way we're going to grow, as a people, is if we start to close that wealth gap and start to get into positions of power and, have the kind of money and the kind of corporations and companies that can control lobbyists to have them, lobby for our best interests. But at the end of the day, it really all comes down to you and the kind of life you're trying to lead and the kind of life you want to leave behind or give, your children, your family members, or what have you. It's up to you. You see where your life is headed. If you sit down now, you stop and think and analyze where you're going to be 10 years from now. If you don't know, you're in trouble. If you're saying you're going to be at the same job or not know if you're going to be at the same job, you're in trouble. If you know you're going to have financial stability. I know everybody can say, well, you don't know what's going to happen in 10 years. Well, yeah, you do. Financially, if you're controlling your money and controlling what you're doing, you should be fine. You're not investing in risky things and putting so much money into it to where it will leave you, penniless. And when you get to that point where you can invest money, overseas, you could do stuff like that to just, have that money where it's not in this economy or in this in this economic situation to where you can lose money in this economy is building money in another country's economy. When you understand how to do these things and understand what to invest money in, you know, down the line, stuff we're going to talk about in other videos. But it's up to you. You know, it's really up to people to either choose to be better and do better and be in a better position in life and stop sitting around watching other people make money and have things and sit around wishing you was them and wishing you had what they had, and get up and actively go out and try to get it. You know, you're not going to have Jay-Z money. You're not going to have, you know, Beyonce money or what have you like that. A lot of work, and they put a lot of work in. You got to put work in. It's just not going to come. I don't care how good you think you is or how, you know, nice you may be and what kind of a heart you may have. It's not just going to fall out of the sky because you wanted to, because you're just sitting around waiting for some shit to happen. I'm just going to sit around and wait for something good to happen. And maybe I hit the lottery, or maybe somebody I know will hit the lottery, or maybe something better will just happen. You know, and while you just waiting for something to happen, waiting, going to work and not really doing nothing to move ahead, you know, time is flying by. Next thing you know, you're in your 40s and you got nothing. You don't even own your house. You're still paying rent. You're still renting an apartment in your 40s. You know, you got to get out of that cycle. We got to get out of this cycle as a people and start building wealth and success. So now I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch. This was a quick video I wanted to do and get out to you guys so you can really just think about, you know, what this video entails and understand, you know, you have a responsibility to yourself and, you know, to, you know, your children, if you have any, to do better, to do better in life, to expect more from yourself than what you have. You know, if you are in a position where you're comfortable and you got money and you found with that, what can you do to get more, to be better, to build more wealth? And, you know, a lot of people say, well, I have enough for me. I have enough for me and mine. And I'm not worried about anybody else. I'm not worried about the future. Worry about today. And that's all well and good. You can say that until tomorrow comes. Then what? What do you have? So just think about these things and just really think about your life years from now, where you're going to be, and what you can do now to be in a better position. And I'm going to touch on a lot more topics. I'm going to come on a lot more videos to stay on this topic because I get a lot of questions. And some people got some money out there and they want to know what to do. And they don't really trust some of the people that's out here and what they've done with their money. So I really want to get into some things that I know from either personal experience or from experience that friends of mine has had with certain business ventures or what have you. Not trying to get y'all to invest in something and some kind of get rich quick stuff. I'm not going to be pushing nothing like that, but just telling you what's proven and what I can show. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch. See you guys next video.